Hello friends, today I am going to start to discuss about Green Revolution. Green Revolution means the change in the method of agriculture, change in the instruments of agriculture, and due to that drastic change in positive manner in total agricultural production comes. It is called Green Revolution. In India, Green Revolution was necessary by 1960s. See, we know that our population is always increasing. It is also very clear that demand of the food crop is also more. But in compared to demand, there was acute shortage of food grain was felt by the administration, and as an agrarian country, it is not good to import the food crop. So our country up to the 1960 was struggling to fulfill the basic needs of food grain. So our government started to bring some changes in field of agriculture. In that situation, the Green Revolution started to develop. Here in your book, see, I have already explained the simple explanation and the meaning in normal way. But according to your textbook, the definition is given: extraordinary increase in agricultural production. See the word I am using, extraordinary increase in agricultural production because of improved seeds, increase the use of chemical fertilizer, and its intensive efforts of farmers. With that, widespread arrangement of electricity distribution and improved irrigation facilities, the total production in agriculture increased, is called Green Revolution. The reasons are very clear. Seeds were newly developed, chemical fertilizer started to be used, and farmers put their efforts in a lot. Also, the electricity distribution was necessary to bring the water up to the farms. Also, with the newly developed irrigation methods were allowed. So, due to that, the total production increased. Such change in the agricultural production is called Green Revolution. See, you have already heard my explanation about Green Revolution as a word. Now, we start to understand the basic objective. The objective was increase agricultural productions. Second, increase agricultural production with the use of newly improved instruments, methods. All these things should be done by farmers because they must encourage and they use, so the production could increase. Okay, now remember what effects of Green Revolution has come to us. Almostly the positive effects are there. The record production of wheat and paddy became possible due to the Green Revolution. Second, Earlier, where there was scarcity of food grain, in this country, now there is a sufficient storage of food grain. Means we can save the food grain instead of utilize it. We can save the food grain. The third positive is, when earlier we were suffering droughts due to the interval of rain, and it was creating adverse effect. Adverse means bad effect. But now, due to the change in agriculture field, it has not been seen, and we can save our food grain in a stock. It is called buffer stock. After providing use of the food grain, the remain buffer stock is possible to establish. So, in that situation, we can use this buffer stock, means additional food grain which has been saved, stored in days of scarcity of rain, drought, whatever we can say. So, it is a better thing for us. And last positive point is, now India becomes self-sufficient in food grains, and it create historical achievement for us. So remember this thing, that today we have sufficient food grain just due to green revolution. Another thing is, now we are constantly concentrate on cash crops production. That is not good, because if the cash crop production increase, in future the problem will come again for the food grain. Okay. On other side, pulses and cereals production have been decreased. So green revolution has given us good opportunity to create better condition for us. The countries in all over the world have developed new methods in agricultural field. We cannot stop ourselves up to only first green revolution, but we have to ready to see the next green revolution, so we can do better performance. Right, my friends? Okay, here I discussed about green revolution and its effects. Now I am going to start discussion about India as important country in terms of food productions. See, India provides enough employment in field of agriculture, but it does not mean that it is enough. Agricultural field is having half of the total employment. Our total population in the working field, almostly of them half is working in agricultural field, and due to that our production is increasing now, right? Okay, second, agricultural field is having 17% proportion of our gross domestic production, GDP. So remember one thing, that India is having enough proportion of total production in country. GDP means gross domestic production, means the production done in country. Out of it, 17% is collected from agriculture. The third one is we are not using the agriculture as field of our own requirement to be satisfied, but we can use the agricultural productions to do the export. You know the meaning of import means bring the product from other country to our country, and export means send the goods from our country to other country. So here our export is providing us foreign exchange. We can earn the foreign exchange by exporting, and that numbers are mainly from so many cash crops as like tobacco, jute, sugarcane, cotton. Thereafter other crops like oilseeds, wheat and paddy. It means our major agricultural product are being now exported to the other country, and we can earn enough foreign exchange from them. The another point is India has achieved second rank in the world for agricultural production, means we are at the highest level in total production of the agriculture. That is important thing that I want to say. Now the another point I want to discuss is we are providing enough raw materials for our industries like cotton, industries like sugar industries, paper industries and edible oil industries. We can provide enough raw materials from different crops. You can understand, for cotton textile what is required? Cotton. For sugar industries what is mainly required? Sugarcane. For paper industry what is mainly required? Different kind of the food crops, bagasse, bamboos, so many things are needed. Thereafter for edible oil we need the oil seeds. It means our so many industries are dependent for their raw materials on agriculture also. And the basic necessity of every person in life is food, water and air. Out of that, food is possible to get from agriculture. So it is our essential part of life. Right, my friends? So here I discussed about role of agriculture in Indian economy. This was a question of 3 marks sometime. Now we will discuss about impact of globalization on Indian culture. Right, my friends?